Welcome to Toolin Around. I'm Jess, your host. Today I have Katie and Jeremy Bauer from the Bauer Power blog. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So tell me a little bit about what is the Bauer Power blog and how did it come to be?
The blog is just a lifestyle blog, and
Okay.
I write 100% of it, and it's basically just a recap of our adventures as a family and as a couple who love DIYing and renovating our home.
So did you have a background in construction, or how did you dive into this project?
So it's a funny story. There's no background in construction whatsoever. But this lady right here always thinks that you can do anything if you set your mind to it and you try to figure out how to do it. So we started our first house, renovating it. She asked me to tear down a wall.
Open up a hole in the wall. There's a difference. I wasn't asking something huge.
Little bit of an open
little
concept.
hole.
Yeah, simple enough. I got to the point that I opened it up
He
and
peeled back the drywall.
literally in the middle of the wall was an electrical wire. And I said, I'm done.
Right there.
I can't do it. I don't know what I'm doing. And so
I was like, wait, yes you can. Don't give up. You can go to this place called the library. They have free books.
This was back in the day when you still read books. So
Yeah.
there wasn't
Yes.
internet.
I
there
mean,
was
I
books.
didn't personally read
There
books,
was-
but I knew they were
there was
there.
internet. And I learned a lot from an electrical
Right.
standpoint, so we figured out how to do it. And that was kind of our first way to dive right into DIY,
Yeah.
So.
All right, Katie, Jeremy, can you talk a little bit about what you've learned through the blog? What have you learned about yourselves? And you've talked about empowering others. Can you talk about kind of how you've seen growth personally through the blog?
It's cool how some things that you're fearful of
Right.
and you don't want to do can sometimes turn out to be your greatest joys in life.
Also, we're like super cheap people in general, and so
Thrifty, I think is...
no,
We're okay with
cheap.
cheap.
Okay.
We're okay with
cheap.
cheap. People want to PC that. Don't make me. We are cheap people, and so like DIY is something that really speaks to you if you're saving money, and like growing families, young couples, like. That's like when you buy your first house, it's such a huge expense. You're like, oh my gosh, it was so much money. But to us, it just seemed daunting to spend more money on a space that we just spent a whole lot of money on. So
Absolutely.
DIY is the way that you can save money. And so that's something that we've learned that it can help us, it can help our kids, it can help our bank account.
And there's a sense of accomplishment too.
Absolutely.
To say that I did that. We did that together. So.
Yeah, to walk in that
Yeah.
living room and talk around a table that you made, you always
Absolutely.
have that conversation
Right.
piece
Yeah.
right there.
Exactly.
Jeremy, Katie, thank you so much for joining us today. Up next, we're going to do a build, right?
We are.
We are very excited about that. Make sure you stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. And welcome back to Toolin Around. I'm Jess, today's host, and I'm here with Katie and Jeremy Bauer, and we finally get to get our hands on some tools, right?
We're ready.
Awesome.
Excited. We're going to
Katie,
make
tell me what
something
we're doing.
super simple. It
Okay.
is a wooden K-cup holder. This is actually something that was born out of need. I was tired of digging around in a big bowl of K-cups for a particular type of coffee in the morning. So I decided if I could put the K-cups and hang them vertically,
Yeah.
I could see what is cocoa, what is chai, and what is my favorite cup of joe.
So making sure you don't get that decaf coffee
Oh,
as you
yeah.
have to get four boys
That
going in
would
the morning,
that would
right?
be fatal. So this is so simple, and the best part about it is that we can make it from a single piece of wood.
Yeah,
Great.
so you can take literally one piece from your scrap pile.
Okay.
Actually cut, you'll use your miter saw, table saw, or your circular saw to be able to cut the top
Great.
part and the base. We actually use the table saw for ours, but any of those tools will work great. You can also go to Home Depot. They can cut the piece for you as well. So
Great. I love that.
once we have cut our top piece, we pre-drilled on the bottom side using a 1.5 inch hole saw.
Okay.
And we're going to use the brushless 18-volt drill here to be able to drill the top part of it.
Phenomenal.
And it's that easy.
Nice and smooth. I love it. And
Yeah.
we just have the wood underneath to protect
It does. It
the table.
It protects the table and it just makes a nice base layer for you to be able to drill that hole saw through.
Great.
So the next thing that we're gonna do is I'm gonna route out the edges of the hole so that we no longer have a rough edge. This makes it super smooth and it won't damage your K-cup when you're sliding it in later.
Awesome. Fantastic. And if we were doing that full project, we would put in hearing protection to keep us covered there. And I've noticed we're taking the same battery that we used on the hammer drill. We passed it to the router, and now we're going to finish it with the airstrike.
We're going to finish it with our favorite tool in our tool arsenal, the airstrike. So going to pop this battery in here. So what we've got here is we've actually built a jig. This jig, the plans will be on Ryobi Nation.
Okay.
But you're going to slide your base piece in here. You can see that it's got an angle cut. We use the same tools, the miter saw, the table saw, the circular saw, to be able to make that cut as well. We're going to put our top piece here that's already been sanded. Going to line it up here, and then we're going to get our airstrike nailer here and put in 4 nails.
Gotta love that tool. So easy.
It is easy.
And with this jig, let's say we're making 5 or 10 of these for Christmas presents, you can really make them super fast.
Yeah, you can knock them out pretty quickly.
For the full project plans, go check out Ryobi Nation. For more plans by Katie and Jeremy, go check out
Powerblog.com.
Awesome. Thank y'all so much for joining us, Katie, Jeremy.
Thank you so much for having us. It was really fun.
Thank y'all for tuning in. Until next time, that's been Toolin Around.